guest of honor, Ms. Lusuilo Chaganizia, Chief Executive Officer of Ethanol Company Limited. Your Grace, Thomas Luke Nsusa, Archbishop of the Diocese of Blantyre and Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi. Right Reverend John Ryan, Bishop of the Diocese of Mzuzu. Right the Director General of the Episcopal Conference of Malawi, Reverend Father Valeriano Nseka, Professor Patricia Kameli Mbote, Dr. Levis Elias Enea, Director for Higher Education in the Ministry of Education, Mrs. Ellen Rambiki, Chief Higher Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, the Vice Chancellor, Associate Professor Ngei Ruth Kanyongolo, Reverend Father Dr. George Blair, former Vice Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, Professor Anaklet George Pili, First Vice Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, the University Council members, Justice Alan Muhome, Professor Asiat Chiweza, Dr. Aliston Chiweza, superiors of various religious congregations and institutes, priests, religious brothers and sisters, cooperating development and academic partners, President of the Students' Union, Mr. Jimmy Jitowe, and your cabinet, members of staff, alumni of the Catholic University of Malawi, our graduating and continuing students present here, parents, guardians, spouses, and all the invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Catholic University of Malawi. At this point in time, before we get deep into our program, we are going to have an opening prayer by the chaplain of the Catholic University of Malawi. So let me call upon Father Mwenegamba to open our graduation ceremony. Thank you very much.
Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. God our Father, we gather today to celebrate the achievement of our graduates who have worked tirelessly to reach this milestone. We thank you for the gift of knowledge, wisdom, and faith that has guided them throughout their academic journey. As we assemble in your presence, we ask for your blessings upon our university, that we may continue to seek knowledge, wisdom, and truth. May our university remain a beacon of hope, a sanctuary of learning, and a community of faith. We pray for our graduates as they embark on their future paths. Grant them the courage to serve, the wisdom to lead, and the compassion to make a difference in the world. May the values of justice, integrity, and solidarity, which are at the heart of our Catholic identity, continue to inspire and guide them. We pray for the families and loved ones who have supported our graduates on their journey. May they be blessed for their sacrifice and love. Bless the leadership of our university. May they continue guiding our institution with love, integrity, and faith. We thank you for the dedicated staff of the Catholic University of Malawi. Bless them and their families abundantly. Be with us throughout this graduation ceremony and guide us in our future journeys. We make our prayer through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
There goes a prayer marking the beginning of today's proceedings at the Catholic University of Malawi, the Center of Excellence for Quality Holistic Education, and we're having the 23rd congregation. Over 1,000 students are graduating today from 7 different faculties within which programs have been aligned. My name is Yanko Seunda, catching us live on Times Television as well as our Facebook page, Times at 360 Malawi.
of the Catholic
We are going to
University of
witness
Malawi.
the
So
inauguration
it's not just
of
about
the Vice
graduates,
Chancellor
but we
of
are
the
actually
Catholic University of
inaugurating the
Malawi
Vice
today,
Chancellor
apart
of the
from
Catholic
having
University
students
of Malawi,
graduating. I wouldn't
Associate
want to
Professor
take too much of
Ngei
your
Ruth
time because
Kanyongolo.
the program
So
has
at this
already
point in
started,
time,
so we are going to
have
switch back
the
to the
inauguration
moderator of the
Vice
event.
Chancellor, Associate Professor Nairobi. She's going to come forward to give us a profile of our associate professor, the Vice Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi. And after that, we are going to have the Pro-Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi leading us into this inauguration. There comes our Vice Chancellor. You can see her work. You can give the applause and give her the high spirits as she comes forward. Thank you.
Our guest of honor, Ms. Chakaniza, Your Grace, Thomas Luke Mususa, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. It is my honor and pleasure to present to you Professor Ngei Ruth Kanyongolo. I have had the privilege to know Professor Kanyongolo for as long as she has been an academic. I have known her as a sister, a friend, a colleague, and mentee. We have seen our families and careers grow. We have also grown and done life together. Professor will probably say that in the journey she has been pushed a lot, but she has pushed others too. Standing here today gives me great joy as I reminisce on the journey Professor has walked. We are only seeing the icing on the cake. Under the icing is a woman of substance who has surmounted many odds to get here today. That she comes back home to give back what the world has given her after Guludi gave her to the world is phenomenal. My heart, like yours, especially mummies and daddies, is full, and I thank and honor God for His grace to you, my sister and my friend. As you ascend the position of Vice Chancellor, always remember that leadership is not so much about position as it is about passion and the obsessive pursuit of possibility. Professor Ngei was born on the 31st of March 1969 at Gulundi Hospital, Chiradzulu, to Sparks Jumbe and Nelly Mlanga, who were then college students. She was raised by Grandma Atata for 1 year until her parents completed their college studies. From an early age, she distinguished herself by not shying away from the study of seemingly difficult fields such as law, earning herself a bachelor's degree in law from the University of Malawi in 1991. Not content to stop there, she proceeded to the University of London for a master's degree in law, which she earned in 1999. A lifelong learner, if there is one, Professor Kanyongolo did not stop at the master's degree level. She proceeded to undertake doctoral studies in law in Warwick, earning her doctorate in law in 2007. It is clear from her academic journey that she espouses excellence in all that she does. She does not stop at half measures, but runs the whole distance. She also goes the extra mile, aware that the extra mile is never crowded. She is a steadied hand in university, having taught for close to a quarter of a century at the Faculty of Law, University of Malawi. She is a woman of many firsts, having been both the first woman dean and the first woman associate professor at the Faculty of Law, University of Malawi. Today is yet another first for her. First woman vice chancellor, at the Catholic University of Malawi. She has used her position as a leader to bring up younger scholars. Having shattered the proverbial glass ceiling, she has not been content to sit up at the perch alone. She has endeavored to extend a ladder for other scholars to come up by mentoring them and creating space for them at the table. Professor Kanyongolo is an academic giant with vast experience in research, teaching, and management of academic programs. Unlike many lawyers who carry out textual analysis of law, she has experience in grounded research in labor law, social protection, gender, women, and politics. She is as much at ease in a village carrying out research as she is in corporate boardrooms and high-level political forums. She fits in Rudyard Kipling's words as one who can talk with crowds and keep her virtue, walk with kings and not lose the common touch. Neither foes nor loving friends can hurt her, and all persons count as far as she is concerned, but none of them too much. An avid resource mobilizer and people person, she brings to the position of Vice Chancellor vast global networks that she has developed over many years. She has raised funds from Norway, Canada, and others. She is also a very connected person in regional research circles, as her engagement in the decades-long Women and Law program run in partnership with the universities of Zimbabwe, Zambia, Makerere, Oslo, Warwick, Nairobi, testifies. She is an engaged and public-spirited global citizen who has served on various national and regional and international forums, all of them geared to improve people's lives. She is an avowed champion of justice, equality, non-discrimination, inclusive and transformative leadership, which she practices. Professor Kanyongolo is both an institution builder and a leader in a hurry to leave spaces she occupies better than she found them. Having served on university committees and regional networks, she is not afraid to walk paths less traveled and has participated in path-defining review of curricula, functional reviews, and others. She is passionate about mentorship and growing the next generation of scholars, and has published widely in her areas of research expertise. Yet, despite her many awe-inspiring achievements, Professor Kanyongolo is humble, down to earth, and very committed to her Catholic faith, which provides her moral and ethical compass. She has been married to Professor Age Fidelis Michael Kanyongolo for 33 years, and they are blessed with 2 children, Ufulu and Ulemun. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Professor Kanyongolo.
marked by countless hours of study, personal sacrifices, and moments of self-doubt, all of which have shaped our graduates into the resilient individuals they are today. But before I fully honor our graduates, allow me to share my personal gratitude to a number of people as I take on the mantle of the Vice Chancellor of Malawi. First, I also appreciate and recognize my friends from the Catholic Women Association, especially those from Zomba Diocese. My professional colleagues from the Women Lawyers Association and the Women's Movement in Malawi, the Malawi Law Society and the civil society. You keep me grounded. Thank you very much. To my spiritual guides, and the many people who remain in touch and check on me now and again, thank you for taking care of me for my holistic growth. Your Grace, Council members, management, deans, staff, and students, I thank you very much for the warm welcome and for the commitment that together we will take CUNIMA to greater heights. May I take this opportunity to further appreciate the foundation that was laid by my predecessors. First, Professor Anaclet Piri. I've read and observed the amazing foundational work that you did from scratch at the University of the Catholic University of Malawi. We remain indebted to you. Talking to the Dean of Students, Mr. Chirambo, and Mrs. Chisinga, it is obvious that we need to document the time and the work that you did in setting up the university. At the right time, Your Grace, ECM may wish to commission our esteemed professor and his team to write a book on the origins of CUNIMA. To Reverend Father Blair, my immediate predecessor, and Reverend Father Dr. Sumani, who acted in the position of Vice Chancellor for 8 months, the consolidation and growth of the university is quite apparent. You have passed on the mantle of the university with a very clear path of sustainable growth and a solid framework for infrastructure and human development. The 2022-2027 strategic plan provides a robust roadmap for the growth of our university. I can therefore proudly say that I indeed stand on the shoulders of giants, and I am able to see very, very far. Please join me in applauding these great statesmen, and together let us envision CUNIMA in 30, 40, 50 years. Let us think of CUNIMA of a young girl who is being born now at Nguludi Hospital in 55 years' time. This is the kind of thinking that the Malawi 2063 agenda is pushing us to adopt. Think big, think beyond us, think intergenerational, think 50 years. Our pride. UNIMA remains our pride. It is our pride today because of the productive labor force that it has produced for Malawi, the Malawian industry, and beyond. Same month last year, this ground was full, celebrating 1,369 men and women who received certificates, diplomas, and degrees in various disciplines. And here we are, the numbers have increased. This is a clear testimony of trust that parents, guardians, and prospective students have in our university. The University Council Chair, our bishops, our distinguished guests. Allow me to highlight some of the key developments that we are undertaking as a university. We have a flagship project at the Nanjiri St. Thomas More campus that will increase our enrollment and grow our university. We have a new university block, office block, that will be completed very soon. We have embarked on serious infrastructure development. We have embarked on consolidating enhancement of quality education that has been well known for over the years. And as we say, if you want to go far, you go alone, but if you want to go further, you go together. All this has been done because we've worked as a team. And therefore, I'm grateful to management, staff, students for all the work that we have done. Strategically, as a university, we are forging ahead. Forging ahead in enhancing standards, in infrastructure development, in human development and culture, financial sustainability, research and publication, and importantly, internalization and partnerships. On partnerships, let me appreciate the long partnerships that we've had with a number of institutions. Allow me to thank the people of the United States of America through the United States Agency for Development for the Transforming Education Systems in Malawi project, which is boosting our capacity in research, raising funds for students and lecturers to carry out research in various departments of our university. The project has helped us champion online platform development of courses. We also acknowledge people of Germany through the DVV International for their continued support towards adult education program. We acknowledge the support that we have received from Centenary Bank, Comfort, and other institutions for the scholarships given to our students, and also the Malawi government through the Loans Board for supporting needy and deserving students with loans to pay their tuition. Recently, we have also received support from Press Corporation, Ilovo, Old Mutual, National Bank, Smile Life Insurance. The pledges that you have made to continue to support us in the coming years are invaluable. Thank you very much. Lastly, to our graduates. On this special day, of this institution, remember that learning does not end here. The degree you have earned today is not merely a testimony of what you have achieved, but a reminder of what you're capable of achieving in the future. The world, and Malawi in particular, need your talents, your creativity, your vision to bring lasting solutions to the challenges that Malawi is facing. Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. This is what Mandela said. The future belongs also to those that believe in the beauty of their dreams. our graduates, the education you have attained here is not just about the degree you earn, but it's holistic, embracing the core values of the Catholic institution. Therefore, I appeal to you, create positive change. Use your talents to make meaningful impact in your communities, industries, and the world. Become the leaders who will shape the future and create a better world. Embody the values of empathy, compassion, and kindness. Be of service to your community. Dream, and dream big. Be innovative and push the boundaries. Prioritize self-care, mental health, and well-being. Our graduates, the future is yours to shape. Now go out and shape it. To the parents and guardians, friends and loved ones who have been by your side, cheering you on, and offering encouragement during difficult times, today is your day too. You have provided the foundation upon which our graduates stand, and for that, our parents and guardians, we say thank you. Your dedication to their success has been unwavering. You have inspired, challenged, and nurtured them, and today we see the fruits of your labor. You did not only impart knowledge, but you also instilled values and a sense of purpose in these young minds. On behalf of the university management, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you graduates. As you embark on the next chapter of your lives, know that you always be a part of this institution's legacy. We are proud of you, and we cannot wait to see you make an incredible impact in the world. Thank you very much. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to have a speech from our guest of honor, Mrs. Lusuwilo Chakaniza. Mrs. Chakaniza is a seasoned C-suite leader and coach who is currently serving as the Chief Executive Officer of Ethanol Company Limited, a subsidiary of Press Corporation Limited since 2014. Beyond a record of success and impact spanning over 2 decades, she is a holder of a Bachelor of Science degree in Physics with credit from the University of Malawi Chancellor College and a Master of Science in Renewable Energy and Architecture with distinction from the University of Nottingham, UK. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our guest of honor. Thank you. And after her speech, we shall have a speech from the Pro-Chancellor, Most Reverend Thomas Luke Msusa. Thank you.
Your Grace, Archbishop Thomas Luke Msusa, Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Blantyre and Chairman of the Catholic University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Ngei Ruth Kanyongolo, and your management, all graduates, allow me, Your Grace, to stand on all the protocols that have been observed. Nguludi happens to be close to my heart on 2 fronts. I first came to Nguludi in my primary school years in the late 80s as a teenager, visiting the village of late Father Sebastian Mwandama, may his soul rest in peace, just up the hill from here. Fast forward to the late 90s, I came to Nguludi, where we stayed for about 2 years after my husband had picked up a job to serve as a medical doctor of the Mission Hospital. At the time, I myself was a junior physics and energy lecturer at the then UNIMAS Polytechnic, now MUBAS. So yes, it is good to be back to Nguludi. Now converted to a Catholic, because before then I was a Presbyterian. This time around to be part of this auspicious 23rd congregation, at which my big sister, Associate Professor Ngei Kanyongolo, has also been inaugurated as the Vice Chancellor. Yesterday, after Mass, I was happy to meet a couple of old friends from those days, and together we cherished the memories that we shared in our young days. When Professor Ngei extended an invitation for me to give a commencement speech, she mentioned that I was chosen because CUNIMA is inspired by my high levels of professionalism, work ethic, and business acumen. Sentiments which for a moment flattered me, but for the greater part made me to reflect on the characters within me that make me to carry that banner over my head, to the extent of an institution of higher learning recognizing me as such. Let me say, therefore, that I am humbled to stand before you, CUNIMA class of 2024, to share a few insights of the intrinsic characters that contribute to these perceived high levels of professionalism, work ethic, and business acumen. But before I do so, let me start by trying to define these three terms. According to the US Department of Labor, professionalism that does not just mean wearing a suit or carrying a briefcase. It means conducting oneself with responsibility, integrity, accountability, and excellence. The Cambridge Dictionary defines work ethic for the workplace as the way someone feels about the importance of work. Usually, the belief that it is important to work hard. Other internet resources continue to define work ethics as a set of values guiding professional behavior, encompassing integrity, responsibility, quality, discipline, and teamwork. Business acumen is, according to Wikipedia, a combination of knowledge, skills, and excellence that enables individuals to understand business situations, make sound decisions, and drive successful outcomes for an organization. The definition goes on to say that it involves having a big picture view of the business, financial literacy, strategic thinking, problem solving, and effective communication. As we can see, it's all about character and skills. And I would like to zero in now on the characters of integrity, excellence, and responsibility as I share some of my own personal experiences. For the character of integrity, I recall a situation back in my young career days when I was privileged to go to Canada for a 5-day alcohol school. I was given allowances for 10 days. I had extended my time in America to 14 days so that I could take advantage of this rare chance to visit the USA. When I came back home, I didn't waste time trying to justify how the 10 days allowances had been spent. I simply returned the excess funds. The GM for the company then, Mr. Daniel Liwimbi, may his soul rest in peace, did call me to his office to acknowledge my high levels of integrity. He did tell me at that time that he saw me on his seat in the years to come. And so it happened. that in 2024 I became CEO of Ethanol Company. Apart from this particular incident that I have shared, it naturally comes to me that I will not waste anyone's time by being dishonest. On the other hand, when someone is dishonest, then it crushes my spirit, as integrity is one of my personal values. A lesson to you, graduates, as you go out into the world, honesty and willingness to do what is right will set you apart from the rest. The Lord, who sees all things, will grant you his grace of favor, and that favor will surely materialize for you. For the character of excellence, I always set high standards of expectations for myself and for others, all the while promoting the spirit of walking that extra mile where there is less traffic, thereby continually improving oneself. One particular example I can share is when I dabbled as a shift as well as safety, health, and environment coordinator for Ethanol Company between 2004 and 2009, so that we could get the company's environmental management system certified. It was a long process at the time, trying to put together a system, and many lessons were learned. We ended up succeeding in the end and becoming one of the pioneer companies that attend ISO 14001 in the region. A lesson from this experience: when you are challenged to do something outside your comfort zone, seize the moment and do it. Any mistakes that you make are areas of improvement. After failing 10,000 times to find ways of inventing the light bulb, one Thomas Edison said, and I quote, "I have not failed 10,000 times. I have just successfully found 10,000 ways that don't work." Don't sit on your ideas. Share them with others so that you can quickly find ways of implementing them to achieve excellence. When you go out to the world, whatever you do, do it heartily, with excellence, as the Lord requires us to do, and not fellow men. Colossians 3, verse 23. Regarding responsibility, a type of leadership that requires us to work ethically and to take accountability for our actions, I would like to focus on the need for responsible leadership. There's a pressing call to action for everyone to take part to accelerate positive change for a more sustainable world. Out there, jobs will not be enough for everyone. I am told there are 1,504 of you graduating today. As governments and various organizations, including companies, are responding to global sustainability challenges and implementing innovative solutions to contribute to the global agenda for sustainable development, the future of work is changing. And with the growing population, we need to collectively find sustainable ways of accelerating economic growth and creating decent work without continuing to destroy the environment. Apart from responding to these global challenges by creating new products, for example, we at ETHCO are promoting various circular economy initiatives that will reduce our carbon footprint as a company. You as graduates also need to position yourself as responsible leaders to take charge of the future you want. Based on the SDGs, Malawi and Africa have defined their 2063 visions, but many of us will not be there to see these visions turn into reality. It is up to you to take ownership of these visions now, so that they can continue to be mere dreams in the years to come. That they do not continue to be mere dreams in the years to come. Go out and continue increasing your awareness on the many global challenges that the world is facing, and collaborate to turn these challenges into opportunities that can be exploited in line with these visions and the global SDGs. Startups are now the talk of the day, and there is funding available for good ideas. There is therefore need for you to be innovative and create your unique businesses, as the job market will not absorb everyone. Go out and take that leap of faith with the skills you have acquired from CUNIMA to advance the global agenda for sustainable development. Go out and lead with responsibility, integrity, and excellence. As I conclude, let me share on how the need for you to understand the diverse range of characters and skills of people that you will meet is important for you to win by leveraging on them. I recall a time when I had just joined ETHCO in 2002 with my Master of Science degree in pocket, and I really had to adjust myself from a university setting where I was a lecturer and showcasing to the students that I am more knowledgeable than them, to one where I had to humble myself and learn what happens in industry. While leveraging on my teaching skills, I had to work with the plant operators to understand why they did things in a particular way, and them to understand the science behind it, while not being arrogant. As fresh graduates, you may think that going out into industry, you are more knowledgeable than those who don't have the qualifications that you have. Life will humble you. You will not get their buy-in and you will fail. Go out there and consider everyone around you as someone with unique capabilities to contribute to your common goals. At the end of the day, life is about choices. Go out and make the right choices for your life. No one will make them better than you. My speech will not be complete, Your Grace, Vice Chancellor, if I don't mention the need for the graduates of today as alumni of the university to always give back to their alma mater. The Vice Chancellor tells me that she is championing a 90 million kwacha library furniture upgrade project, and we have discussed how we can get the corporate world, including ETHCO, to support it. I am therefore, in my personal capacity, making a pledge of 1 million kwacha towards this noble cause. I call upon you graduates and all others present here to follow suit and make this work. Once again, congratulations to you graduates and to you, Professor Ngei Ruth Kanyongoro, for being inaugurated as the Vice Chancellor. And I wish you a very good day and good years to come. Thank you for your attention, and God bless you all.
Your Lordship, Right Reverend Peter Musigwa, Member of the Trustees of the Catholic University of Malawi, CUNIMA, and the Bishop of the Diocese of Chikwawa. Your Lordship, Right Reverend Peter Adrian Chifukwa, former Member of Trustees of the Catholic University, and also you are the Bishop of the Diocese of Dedza. The guest of honor, the Chief Executive Officer of Ethano, Ms. Lusuilo Chakaniza. The Vice Chancellor of CUNIMA, Associate Professor Ngei Ruth Kanyongolo. I also beg myself to say all protocols observed. It is with great pleasure and much gratitude to God that I stand here to warmly welcome you all to the Catholic University of Malawi on this great day of 25th September 2024 for our 23rd graduation ceremony of our celebrated graduates. The guest of honor, Your Excellencies, and all distinguished invited guests, today we gather to celebrate a momentous occasion, the culmination of the academic journey and the beginning of a new chapter in the life of our graduates. As we do so, we remember the words of our Lord Jesus Christ, and he said, "Everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise person who built a house on a rock." Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. This theme reminds us that true wisdom lies in listening, discerning, and acting on the values that shape our character and inform our actions. As a Catholic institution, we are committed to forming leaders who are grounded in faith, reason, and service. As chairperson of the University Council, I wish to highlight some of our critical focus areas. 1. To enhance academic excellency through innovative programs and research. 2. To strengthen our Catholic identity and mission. And 3rd, to foster community engagement and social responsibility. Our guest of honor, inspired by our university charter and statutes, strategic plan and deliberation of the University Council, supported by the able university management team, we remain committed to our vision, and this vision is to be a center of excellency for quality holistic education in every field of knowledge, for the good of the people of Malawi and beyond. Through this vision, we continue to excel in more ways than one, which is a clear sign of the growth of this institution in quality education, research, and innovative programs. And this is an indicator that we are indeed providing academically stimulating, culturally diverse, and quality learning environment that produces relevant technical and managerial human leadership that is needed in our society today, that is needed in Malawi today. Our guest of honor, I would like to recognize the work of management. I express my heartfelt gratitude for you, management, for your tireless efforts in advancing our vision and mission. To the members of the academia and support staff, I say thank you for doing a wonderful job in molding these graduating students into reliable citizens. And in terms of academic programs, today our university has diversified and boasts of having 34 accredited programs by National Council for Higher Education. Recently, the university has continued to develop new programs for St. Thomas More Nanjiri campus in Lilongwe, as well as new master's programs to start next year. Our guest of honor, in terms of human resources, the Catholic University boasts of a team of experienced, hard-working, and dynamic personnel, both academic and administrative. And in terms of capacity building, the university has allocated funds to help members of the academia to upgrade the master's and PhD levels. Our guest of honor, all distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of research and publication, our lecturers have published in different local as well as international referred journals. Additionally, in its desire to promote research and publication, the Catholic University has dedicated an established amount of money for this dimension of life through the Office of Research and Directorate. On a special note, our guest of honor, allow me to thank members of the academia who have also been trying to win special research grants in conjunction with the Catholic University of Malawi. I should also like to thank in a special way the Management Resource Center for working tirelessly in training members of the society at National Bank Training Center. We do not take this gesture for granted. Above all, I should also thank you, our Vice Chancellor. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for accepting to come and serve the Catholic University of Malawi. Associate Professor Ruth Ngei Kanyongolo, thank you so much. I would like also to thank the Director of Academic Staff, Reverend Father Dr. Wilfred Suman, and your entire academic and administrative staff, together with our esteemed students, for successfully holding CUNIMA conversations here on campus. This is quite commendable. Let's continue to put CUNIMA on the map. Furthermore, to show that as a university we are not lagging behind, we hope to embark on online programs soon, very, very soon. However, the spirit of research is not sufficiently developed at the university. I am told that really we need more efforts. Our dear lecturers, I urge you to intensify on research. Otherwise, we shall remain a teaching university. As the saying goes, you either publish or perish. Let us produce something new. Let us not just repeat what the others did, but something new from the Catholic University. Dear parents, guardians, families, friends, mentors, and sponsors, I appreciate the unwavering support and encouragement you have provided to our graduates in the academic path accomplishments. Your sacrifices, prayers, and belief in their potential have helped shape them into responsible individuals they are today. I express my profound gratitude for standing by their side through the ups and downs of this incredible journey. And to you, my dear members of the Council, I offer confidence in your abilities to steer our institution towards greater heights. Let's remain united and achieve the core values for which Catholic University stands for. To you, our outgoing council members of this university, I thank you for your dedicated service and commitment to our institution. The guest of honor, St. Thomas Aquinas reminds us, and I quote, "The purpose of human life is to seek happiness, and this happiness is attained through virtue. And therefore the words of St. Thomas Aquinas are more applicable to you, our dear graduates, for you are a reason why we are here today. You are a reason why I am immensely privileged to address this gathering, celebrating your remarkable achievements. We are here to honor your hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment to academic excellence. Throughout your stay here, you met and overcame countless challenges, sacrificed your sleep, leisure, and pleasure. And therefore, let me share with you some few words of wisdom. You should know that education you have gained here has equipped you with the virtues necessary to navigate life's challenges. In the face of uncertainty, remember that your education has equipped you with more than just facts and figures. It has instilled in you the power of critical thinking, the ability to adapt the challenges, the changing circumstances, and the confidence to navigate uncharted territories. Now, as you embark on this new chapter, believe in your abilities, trust your instincts, and never shy away from pushing the boundaries what is possible by God's grace. And there was a man once upon a time called Aristotle, and he said, and I quote, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." As graduates of this esteemed institution, it will be your duty to be catalysts for positive change, excellence, and development. Embrace and cultivate habits and values of hard work, integrity, empathy, compassion, service, and inclusivity as you work towards making a difference in your chosen fields. Dear graduates, as you go out there, remember that Ubuntu philosophy, the African concept of interconnectedness and community, and it calls you to do the following: be with others and for others. Don't look upon yourself alone, but look for the others. Go out there to serve and not to be served. Go to serve and not always to be served. Recognize the humanity in every person. Each person is a human being. Each person is a human being, not an animal. Build networks founded on mutual respect and trust. And I challenge you today, remain grounded in your faith and values. You have been praying every day here for 4 years, 5 years. As you go out there, go and continue praying to God. Don't leave your faith here. Don't leave your God here. Go with your God wherever you go. Seek wisdom and virtue. Build your house on the rock of knowledge, integrity, and compassion. Most of the people who hold important posts, leadership in the countries, they say they are very educated. But look what is happening in our countries, led by educated people. They are fighting. There is hunger, corruption everywhere. Therefore, my dear friends, as you are graduating here today, be different from those who are corrupt. As a graduate from a Catholic university of choice, you made the choice to come here. Our motto should be, what can I do for my country? What can I do for my family? What can I do for my church? What can I do for my community? And not what can my country do for me? This is the time now for you to say, what can I do for my people? As a university, we have equipped you with the skills and wings, but as to how far you are going to fly, the ball is in your court. Therefore, as you embark on this new journey, remember that you are leaders in your community. You are game changers in our country. Don't go and do the same as we do. Be a different person. Ambassadors of our university's values, such as respect for the human dignity, people who are very just. You go there and show love, moral integrity, and accountability, subsidiarity, stewardship, and integrity of creation, the common good, solidarity, and preferential option for the poor. Go out there and preach these core values. Remember, you are the light of the world. Go and continue shining. In closing, guest of honor, I want to leave you with the words of St. Augustine. Love the Lord and do what you will. Love the Lord and do what you will. And I say, may God bless you all, may God guide you, and may God guide our Catholic University. Congratulations, graduates. And thank you all for listening. Thank you.
Our guest of honor, Mrs. Lusuwilo Chakaniza, Chief Executive Officer of Ethanol Company, Your Grace, Thomas Lukunsusa, the Pro-Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi. Let me also recognize the presence of the Ombudsman, Mrs. Grace Malela, who is also present here. We also have the Vice Chancellor of the University of Malawi, Professor Sajidu, and accompanying him is Dr. Guta, Chairman of the Council of University of Malawi. We also have the privilege of having the Chief Executive Officer of Malawi Nation Examinations Board, Professor Dorothy Nampota. All of these guests are leaders. We are honored having you here. Today is actually the culmination of all the hard work and years of study. So we actually proclaim under the sun that the race is not for the swift, nor the battle for the strong. So after 3 to 4 years of sleepless nights for our graduates, today they get to say, we have made it. So all those experiences we celebrate today. But before we start the presentation of our graduates and their academic awards, to maintain the beauty of the function, we have to announce the following. Parents and guardians, may we please remain seated. Let us not get to the ground as we call out the names of the graduates. May we please remain seated up to the very end of the program. I also ask that for order to be maintained, we have to cooperate with the security personnel that is around, that they'll be guiding us how we are going to be moving. Let us please cooperate. And finally, I would like to ask that we accord a stand ovation to those that have performed outstandingly. So those that have got distinctions, they are requested to come forward. And as they march towards the front, we are all going to be requested to stand. Only for those that have distinctions. So right now, I would like to ask the Dean of the Faculty of Education, Mr. Alistakio Chilanga, to come forward to present graduates from the Faculty of Education. Thank you very much.
The Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the University Certificate of Education.
University Certificate of Education credit. Setrida Banda. Focus Ben. James Bire. Patrick Bisani. Mwawi Chanika. Robert Chikwenga. Josephine Chima. Francis Chioneka. Charles Dauda. Clemens Gombeza. Godswill Gondwe. Victoria Jawali. Annie Kachala. Christopher Katunduru. Luano Kishombe. Emmanuel Kupizira. Francis Lumpi. Amos Msinghu. Charles Mulinde. Ignatius Muliza. Kenneth Muma. Willington Munta. Amy Mvalo. Liles Mwanzakangwira. Thomas Nkoma. Grace Nyirenda. Tedson Piri. Troy Samuel. Angela Seama. Mese Shonga. Eston Singano. Edwin Spiri. Alig Wislamu. Distinction. Anaclet Manyenga. Present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of Diploma in Education: Business Studies, English and Chichewa, Geography and Social Studies, History and Bible Knowledge, Life Skills and Special Needs, Mathematics and Computer Studies and Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the Diploma in Education, Business Studies, English and Chichewa, Geography and Social Studies, History and Bible Knowledge, Life Skills and Special Needs, Mathematics and Computer Studies and Science.
Diploma in Business Studies. Credit: Frola Bamusi, Austin Chabwera, Tamanda Kamba, Isaac Nkolongo, Joyce Ntamta. Diploma in Education, English and Chichewa: Andrea Azani, Nhawi Gomani, Mwai Ruembe, Christopher Maseko, Chifundo Mumbiza, Asa Mwale, Angela Nkunua, Ethel Nyirongo, Alinafe Power, Christina Sugar, Fales Togolani, Lydia Zuze. Credit: Hannah Alufazema, Magnus Amos, Catherine Banda, Odina Banda, Tuonge Banda, Grace Beriam, Erino Biriat, Paso Blaim, Ellen Bonda, Takwondwa Chandilanga, Jacqueline Chapweteka, Tokozani Chasoa, Tianjane Chaongo, Betha Chugoani, Alfred Chilundu, Glory Chimariro, Grace Chintaya, James Chimtengo, Zone Chimngaza, Madalo Chinkadze, Esther Chiuza, Shaibu Chutika, Blessings Chawambala, Christina Clemens, Madaliso Sidrek, Ruth Daudi, Charles Duda in absentia, Lolene Dule in absentia, Paul Zonzi, Alinafe Gumeni, Judith Gwede, Andrew Isaac, Howard Jackson, Jacqueline Hani, Flone Kabango, Rufeyo Kadzakumanja, Emmanuel Kadzemawa, Tasira Kagwa in absentia, Dolika Kanjani, Mtisunge Kalikoka, Natasha Kaliwo, Zakia Kalumo, Rebecca Kaluzi, Pauline Kambewa, Alice Kanamwari, Aida Kandea, Georgina Kantunda, Zone Kanyemba, Victor Kaonga, Muriani Kembo, Collins Kuriani, Dolin Kumangirana in absentia, Tamandani Kundiwa, Agatha Lambai, Fades Lekodi, Blessings Lembetu, Bahati Riwomba, Khadija Lupale, Laika Luwembe, Enes Macheke, Veronica Madea, Miriam Maduka, Emmanuel Magrao, Enoch Maguja, Susan Mairosi, Enoch Majawa, George Makandani, Madariso Makata, Daniel Malasheka, Blessings Malenga, Lovemo Malimwe, Patricia Malindi, Felia Malombe, Caroline Manjolo, Linda Maonga, Misonzi Masamba, Lenato Mataka, Feston Mateketa, Veronica Matindiri, Dorothy Matola, Ethel Maulana, Caselina Maxwell, Clement Medson, Reshina Melvin, Ziza Mhango, Rose Misanje, Martin Mitunda, Sevius Mkandawire, Aisha Nkuwira, Chipiriro Nkwapatira, Grena Mlinganiza in absentia, Chris Mandi, Brian Moyo, Mwangi Mpakiza, Lawrence Mpinganjira, Shaine Msandula in absentia, Grace Ntimandipange, Juliet Mtonga, Leslina Mtumodzi, Rebecca Mulenga, Linda Mupua, Shira Nsanyama, Moses Museu in absentia, Lynette Mutafya, Mese Mwachitatoro, Mustafa Mwale, Tiwonge mwa Rwanda, Shira Mwasangware, Juvencio Mzika, Alinafe Nakoma, Chikumbuso Nakuwawa, Devi Namute, Emmanuel Nasenya, Christopher Ndawala, Ruben Ndiuzani, Charite Ngulube, Luce Ngwira, Rashida Nkoma, Sharifa Mtira, Rosaline Nyamatanga, Sionire Nyambose, Peter Nyirenda, Fane Nyirenda, Alice Nyirenda, Chifundo Nyondo, Benedetta Pangani in absentia, Martin Patrick, Nenenji Petulo, Fane Pambala, Martha Chimbonga Piri, Grace Piri, Mavis Piri, Diana Piri, Margaret Piri, Florence Pondani, Comrade Saidi, Hawa Saidi, Esther Salima, Leonard Sambani, Yohane Samson, Charite Saenda, Benedetta Shawa, Felix Simfukwe, Ruth Siani, Kondwani Smart, Madaliso Tafekenji, Jesse Temani, Joyce Tembo, Delina Tem, Memole Tupi, Chisomo Waya, Fatima William, Ringarira Yohani, Chikumbuso Zarera. Diploma in Education, Geography and Social Studies, Manasseh Jeremiah, Rebecca Tuguta, Credit. Kondwani Banda, Jesse Bonongwe, Mwatida Buliani, Gift Chakwawa, Chinsisi Chilombo, Mere Chirongo, Oble Dulao, Innocent Gaziri, Mustafa Janif, Andrew Hanke, Eria Kanzichiri, Tina Kaipa, Dariso Kameta, Irene Kanyoza, Catherine Kaparasa, Kondwani Kenson, Boniface Kando, Matias Komuze, Tokozani Kumbanyiwa, Brian Uchilowa, George Lapken, Timothy Makuluni, Gift Marindima, Joy Manyamba, Hazel Muhone, Pirilani Moyo, Lino Mputeni, Tokozani Msamba, Godfrey Mulangeni, Mike Mvula, Stefano Mwanunu, Emma na Maria, Damiano Ndawala, Maines Ngulube, Peter Nkoma, Junior Nyanga Yagalu, Naomi Piri, Mere Saidi, Everin Salamba, Madaliso Simbei, Felix Simbota, Patrick Simitoni, Lucas Timoteo, Christopher Wahera, Matthias Yassini. Diploma in Education, History and Bible Knowledge. Credit. Sujo Vumbwe, Desmond Galafa, Christina John, Ruth Kangoma, Arexius Mangison, Evaristo Muhango, John Monda, Steve Mungomo, Lamek Makapeye in absentia, Bernadette Nkoma. Diploma in Education, Life Skills and Special Needs. Leonard Majawa, Trace Makandula, Priska Matiki. Credit. Rose Bero, Memore Bulea, Nancy Bulea, Manason Chandamale, Priscilla Cherewani, Emmanuel Chibisa, Akim Chief, Triza Chikampana, Chikondi Chikoja, Peter Chikwenga, Grades Chilangwe, Chimwemwe Chimalilo, Cosmas Chimwaza, Henle Chinangwa, Olivia Chinangwa, Manuel Chiwaya, Elias Ephraim, Priscilla Fresha, Jemsani Gawaza, Kingsley Gowero, Temwaji Kachirika, Shira Kaferawantu, Chembekezo Kaleso, Clara Kalipo, Rebecca Kalombola, Benadetta Kamanga, Queen Kaperemera, Jacqueline Katani, Lonjezo Kavina, Po Kawira, Lisungu Kayawa, Stephen Kamani, Reke Kofi, Yamikani Komwa, Fariseni Kwakwata, Everin Rihoma, Lukia Longwe, Blessings Magalasi, Tokozani Maganga, Martha Makatani, Juliana Makere, Tisunge Mandala, Dolin Mandala, Blenda Manea, Baseo Manyozo, Hana Masauli, Tiamike Maseya, Everine Masina, Efred Masoa, Esther Matola, Hana Maungena, Lester Nkwaliwafa, Madalo Kwewiwa, Maganizo Mpicha, Mere Mponda, Gift Mtamba, Ruth Mahero, Stella Mulinga, Chikondi Mwale, Lazarus Mwepesa, Grace Namanja, Florence Nanungu, Vera Njakwa, Hope Njenjema, Lester Nkoma, Mwaiwao Ntondwa, Ntwambirire Nyasuru, Pirilani Nyirenda, William Paliani, Catherine Saiti, Macmillian Sande, Esnat Shunga, Mpaso Sitolo, Nase Tokoma, Praise Twalibu, August Wilson, Elizabeth Wilson, Esther Ziambo, Smona Zimbiri, Diploma in Education, Mathematics, Computer Studies. Mese Mbeu, Frank Howard, Jodita Komba, credit, Godfrey Banda, Bison Banda, Ashan Banda, Samuel Chaoloka, Mark Chimchere, Clarence Chintali, Isaac Galero, Godfrey Gomonda, Christopher Kadambo, Laurent Kalua, Etrina Kamunga, Mavuto Kamuyanja, Adak Kamwendo, Lenita Kamwendo, Harold Kanje, Tinashe Longwe, Luciano Magulu, Miriam Malamba, Josephine Manyozo, Maria Muhango, Innocent Mitingwi in absentia, Davis Msiska, Akim Mwale, Anastasia Ngwira, Rodine Rapi, Stephen Swedi, Diploma in Science Education. Yesmen Banda, Robin Bendulo, Innocent Chigudu, Gertrude Gonjes, Matthew Kumwembe, Lonjezo Masikamu, Patrick Mbirima, Everine Monjeza, Lukwel Msonte, Samuel Tebulo, Stella Tete, credit, Crispin Banda, Clara Chibaya, Madaliso Chikangheni, Evans Chilembwe, Davis Chimenya, Shadrach Chimera, Anderson Chitani, Feston Enoch, Mayamiko Eston, Clement Fadwork, Vitumiko Gondwe, Blasio Goodwell, Patrick Ganja, Esan Justin, Elad Kafasianji, Clement Kaipa, Kizito Kamwana, Salem Kolowa, Hendrina Kwera, Sidrek Kome, Morris Unjale, Josam Lumbalo, Ernest Magreta, Alon Makawa, Godfrey Mamberera, Zakeyu Maya, Harriet Misinde, MacDonald Misiri, Benab Kamnyoza, Miston Mlanga, Mphatso Monia, David Mpambo, Yamikani Nakwiru, Chimwemwe Nasangwe, Luce Niwara, Devi Njala, Kumbize Nyanda, Maxwell Peheriwa, Wyson Pakaya, Macpherson Solomon, Edson TSC.
The Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of Diploma in Environmental Studies and the Diploma in Statistics.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the Diploma in Environmental Studies and Statistics.
Diploma in Environmental Studies, Kizito Chimombo. With the credit, Joshua Kayinja, Chikondi Palasa. Diploma in Statistics, Lucius Duncan, Mphatso Moyo, Alex Mushani, Samuel Mukura. With the credit, Victor Elias, Samuel Jere, Steve Kamboma, Madalito Laudon, Mphatso Mondwe, Towera Ndove, Mese Ngomba, Takondwa Saidi.
The Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirement for the award of a Diploma in Adult Education Development and Diploma in Monitoring and Evaluation.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates a Diploma in Adult Education and Development and Diploma in Monitoring and Evaluation.
Diploma in Adult Education and Development. Credit, Vincent Kavina, Daniel Kajingwe, Isa Kalako, Tiwonge Kazombo, Sakina Modi, Nelson Mohondo, Richard Manyowa. Diploma in Monitoring and Evaluation. Shadrach Banda, Taonga Chisambi, Innocent Dogotela, Alan Halawa, Levison Kalua, Memori Kamesa, Linda Kanyenda Inabisensia, Charlotte Makalila, Brian Maria Inga, Nicholas Msasala, Francis Ndasauka, James Salifo, Maxwell Undi. Credit, Roderick Chibisa, Charles Chimkuzu, Dumisani Chibeta, Pempelo Chitsulo, Caroline Fusani, Ndaziga Gondwe, Grace Gondwe, Steve Kampila, Alon Magawa, Kevin Mazengela, Adams Nkomela, Damiano Mkuzi, Eneles Munyenyembe, Joshua Ngata, Dave Pili, Chikumbutso Pili, Naomi Seda, Jonathan Utumbe, Owen Zimba, Maxwell Zulumbi.
The Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Accountancy, Banking and Finance, Business Administration, Human Resource Management, and Marketing.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Accountancy, Banking and Finance, Business Administration, Human Resource Management, and Marketing.
Bachelor of Commerce, Accountancy, Sten Akim, Enoch Banda, Memory Banda, Chifundo Banda, Doris Bandawe, Zaitwa Chadza, Esnat Chaomba, Jacob Chavula, Collins Chazuka, Takondwa Chizankufa, Arthur Chikampana, Memory Chikanka, Deborah Chikungwa, Susan Chinkono, Madalo Chingwalu, Joseph Chinkokwe, Kate Chipeta, Victor Chisi, Chiamiko Chiusiwa, Razak Faki, Blaise Funsani, Nomia Gama, Rhoda Gomani, Gertrude Gowelo, Sunduzwayo Honde, Tamara Huha, Kasim Jailos, Adrian Kachepa, Wanangwa Kadokela, Godfrey Kainja, Ian Kalonga, Melvin Kamoa, Rhoda Kamwaza, Mackenzie Kantwela, Shadrack Katenje, Dave Katungwe, Esther Kazembe, Matrida Kanyanga, Ganizani Kanyela, Winston Kondowe, Janvan Kondowe, Ruth Lole, Bright Mafuta, Evans Malenga, Philip Malikebu, Blessings Manyela, Fiona Masea, Chifundo Machumbuza, Martha Matenganya, Farai Matanga, Joyce Mazinga, Daferi Meso, Noah Misoya, Tokozani Misuku, Kawilo Nkandawile, Devi Nkomo, Edmond Mlauzi, Alinafe Manga, Promise Instagambewa, Maxwell Suma, Catherine Munyanga, Lake Munyoa, Elisha Mwale, Daiso Mwale, Chance Mwarwanda, Emmanuel Mwaweyo, Anthony Mwasambo, Anikisa Mwanyongo, Saulos Ngwila, Kenan Nkoma, Adam Nyondo, Konde Pumisa, Abednego Redion, Goodson Salangu, Yvonne Senti, Tusekile Siwale, Shira Sixpence, Mole Soko, Mutia Sanji Teniala, Credit, Chipililo Biswick, Esther Chidetsa, Kondwani Gwazani, Andrew Kachiko, Precious Kadamanja, Robert Kamoto, Kennedy Kanjauke, Hastings Kapala, Francis Kaunda, Emmanuel Kumbeni, Secret Liwonde, Glyn Malua, Rodine Mpulula, Teresa Nsonti, Lize Sumba, Atupele Muhammadi, Matthews Nakoma, Innocent Raphael, Comfort Sesani, Miriam Somozani, Bernard Tembwe, Frank Tawani, Chifundo Waya, Bachelor of Commerce, Banking and Finance, Emmanuel Chadza, Patience Changaya, Michael Chibisa, Stephen Chikafa, Kenneth Chimpweya, Prince Kachaka, Yamikani Matekenya, Tamandani Mateyu, Alison Matuta, Precious Mikwamba, Lorraine Ngongondo, Blessings Njewa, Lize Piri, Margaret Stolo, Yanko Sukali, Credit Chachomwe Ambali, Chikondi Elias, Monalisa Konyani, Noel Masanjala, Maureen Nyirongo, Bachelor of Commerce, Business Administration, Salam Bakali, Mark Brown Banda, Kevin Katsok in absentia, Mike Chibwana, Chrise Chigeda, Patience Chigwenembe, Lumbani Chinganga, Yendiawa Chirwa, Bakale Chisanga, Pempo Chisoma, Dadala Chitekwe, Charity Gombwa, Brian Jana, Lake Jangasia, Matthew Karieka, Wanangwa Kamanga, Grace Kamwenje, Grace Kapira, Patrick Kapungwe, Mikelin Karim, Prince Nkoma, Chisomo Kuyera, Deborah Likomwa, Christopher Machoa, Innocent Makobiri, Jerome Makwinja, Vanessa Mapeto, Mese Mbewe, Kumbukani Mipando, Edmond Miropo, Chinsinsi Nkwanda, Blessings Mhoye, Rashasi Munyoa, Lorencia Mvinda, Ezinas Mwambinga, Roda Mwenda, Febe Nzunga, Mandi Nankwenya, Jonathan Nyirenda, Juliet Onichuku, Victor Piri, Chitsanzo Piri, Angela Warren, Credit McFarlane Bota, Nicholas Chalela, Fletcher Chihana, Enifa Zaipa, Linda Jerry, Faith Kangombe, Jubeda Kanjomwa, Anne Makuru, Isaac Mandala, Faida Maulidi, Elu Fempes, Patricia Namulewa, Nacha Simwimba, Faith Soko. Okay, all right. Okay, thanks. Bachelor of Commerce, Human Resource Management, Hassan Alan, Emile Chirwa, Patso Harawa, Alan Kuntaka. Say. Kendra Matsimbe, Rachel Nshane, Isaac Ruanya, Evidence Tembo, Fales Zuza, Credit Manes Fundi, Francisco Nkumba, Alinafe Somba, Winston Saguga, Stanley Jambo, Bachelor of Commerce, Marketing, Dumisani Chawinga, Chifundo Kambwembwe, Christus Kavabingu, Titus Kumwenda, Francis Cheza, Credit Samuel Zinganyama. Thank you.
The Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honors.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honors.
Bachelor of Laws Honors. Blessings Chikoso, Cecilia Mahonga, Future Melega, Melisi Zoya, Mayamiko Sajeni, Blessings Tembo, Bachelor of Laws Honors, Lower Second Class. Ellen Chanza, Ben Chipala, John Chipukunya, Flemings Gondwe, Moses Iron, John Jackson, Yamigani Jam, Agnes Kayuni, Innocent Kamula, Thomas Kululu, Lloyd
Kumange, Lea Liwonde, Emmanuel Lunda, Dominic Makawa, Lisa Mandoa, Petrina Mchombo, Naomi Muhone, Philip Mpesi, Abraham Mwafongo, Aaron Mwaluwali, Mbachitemwa Mwentembera, Juma Ngunga, Chawezi Piri, Ernest Saonda, Po Supedi, Tarumba Tindwa, and Po Zimba. I submit. Thank you.
The Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Applied Statistics and the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Applied Statistics, and Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies.
Bachelor of Science, Applied Statistics. Patrick Adam, Francis Banda, Austin Chauma, Ule Muchirambo, Elijah Kamuyanja, Lester Kantebwe, Gladly Kaunda, Francis Makanga, Brian Nchawa, Sharom Mtika, Spencer Nundwe. With a credit, Sabanga Chindamba, Stanislas Magweya, Alex Maseko, Ive Musa, James Namwiti, Francis Piri, Mixon Stambo, Loveness Tandwe, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Studies. Diana Baloa, Prince Benjamin, Patrick Chaura, Timothy Chifombot, Raymond Chitedze, Innocent Jumbe, Stella Kadamanja, Brian Campini, Eric Katsonga, Grace Kotokwa, Patrick Lazaro, Anganite Likoswe, Christopher Liwonde, Louis Luhanga, Macduff Luhanga, Kilion Magombo, Chawez Makwenda, Sikedu Manda, Chifundo Manje, Anderson Mbolembole, Miriam Mzuzuma, Bonaventure Mmekwamba, Fatsani Nkagama, Precious Moyo, Masauto Mtuta, Chifuniro Mwala, Gift Mwalule, Yanko Mwato, Luke Ntenda, Culvet Tilingamawa, with a credit. Rejoice Banda, Cosmas Banda, Anne Chimalizeni, Emmanuel Chirambo, Wirora Chirwa, Vanessa Dison, Joseph Luanda, Obre Macheso, Favor Magoli, Peter Mdodo, Tionge Muhango, Beston Mera, Diana Moyo, Beston Msisha, Lexon Nsomba, Selina Mtema, Maureen Nahawa, Brandina Nankodwa, Amy Ngwira, Kenan Njiwa, Charles Piri, Vincent Pondani, John Sichoni, Darlington Walter.
Thank you.
The Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirement for the award of degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Bachelor of Arts in Theology.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Bachelor of Arts in Theology.
Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, John Chikumbutso, Dennis Chinula, Mese Damiano, Stephen Damiano, Morson Kansungwi, Emmanuel Longe, Philemon Lubanga, Raphael Mbebe, Elon Chatika, Cosmas Mperea, Francis Ngalande, Ruben Nyele, Frank Nyilenda, Matthews Petro, Grigore Tembo. Credit: Emmanuel Abaho, Wanangwa Waloi, Derek Banda, Peter Banda, Xavier Walia, Emmanuel Zakulima, James Chalera, Wakisa Chipeta, Alexander Chisi, Atanasio Chitimbe, Cosmas Galamala, Fiskani Gondwe, Charles Hojane, Desiderio Jere, Kelvin Kaira, Gilbert Kakuru, Carlos Kamwendo, Innocent Kankonde, Blessings Kasuza, Elon Katunga, Martin Kaundani, McDonald Komela, Dennis Kioko, Jacob Kumbali, Jacob Kumwenda, Matthias Kusena, Charles Lilani, Boniface Matiaenda, Christopher Malimba, Michael Mangani, Shadrach Matia, Alexius Mbele, Joseph Milanzi, Patrick Mugala, Saigan Mulenga, Frederick Mushota, Andrew Mwakalenga, Boniface Mwamlima, Gilbert Mwenyekonda, Paul Ngoma, Macmillan Njiwa, Precious Nkata, Davison Shadrack Nkoma, Bruno Piri, David Piri, Peter Piri, Chizile Simone, Michael Sakala, Yohane Tafatata, Marginal Distinction, Anthony Esamuriati, Paul Manyenje, Joseph Nsiriko. Distinction.
What distinction are you?
Kondwani Nawawa,
Available?
Japhet Piri,
I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Midwifery.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Midwifery.
Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Midwifery, Immaculate Bello, Rose Gambi, Fabian Gomera, Tamandan Graham, Takondwa Kafatia, Gabriel Kamweta, Jacqueline Kapeni, Catherine Kaponya, Diebon Marinda, Eunice Manyamba, Patrick Mbewe, Cecilia Nkokoko, Mhatso Murowa, Blessings Moshani, Taonga Nyirenda, Credit Angela Banda, Precious Bandawe, Stella Bokosi, Maureen Chalamanda, Chisomo Chintengo, Tonia Chinseu, Naomi Chipapu, Caroline Chiteze, Mhatso Chiwambo, Grace Hassan, Mary Ishimwe, Maureen Jake, Jennifer Kambalame, Naomi Madula, Dina Marinda, Dalitso Masiano, Veronica Mazula, Christopher Mbeko, Triza Nkangaza, Miriam Mpota, Jonathan Nyalugwe, Anizia Mwantali, Andrew Piri, Alinafe Piri, Stelia Sosola, Fatima Raphael Useni. The Chancellor, may I now call upon the representative of Registrar, Nurses and Midwives Council of Malawi to lead these nurses to pledge. And may also I ask the Director of Nursing Service from Ministry of Health, Madam Nkutumula, and the Director of Nursing, Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital, to accompany the students in pledging. And may I also call upon all the nurses that are here, whether the parents stand where you are, to assist these students to make their pledge. Thank you.
The nurses are here to make a pledge. But you see them that they are carrying a light or a candle. You may be wondering why they are carrying a light in their hands. It is a tradition of nursing to remember Nightingale. Florence Nightingale was the founder of nursing. So as she was working, she always carried a candle, a light, to be seen in the dark. Florence Nightingale was caring for soldiers during the Crimean War. That is where this tradition of carrying a candle is coming from. And beside that, the nurses will make a pledge. And in the modern days, this lamp symbolizes that the nurse becomes a light to her patients. And the nurse is a symbol of hope to the patients. And the nurse is also going to comfort those who are suffering. So in our modern days, the lamp signifies comfort and hope for the suffering. And the nurses will also say a pledge. Why are they going to say a pledge? This pledge or this oath symbolizes dedication and responsibility of their work. These nurses, as they will be providing quality care, they will be committing to a life of dedicated care and also a life of maintaining dignity to their patients and also upholding ethical standards while they are providing their care. And before we say the pledge, may we say the nurses' prayer. Nurses' prayer. As I care for care for and comfort my patients today. Be there with me, O Lord, I pray. Make the words kind, for it means so much. And in my hands place your healing touch. Let your light shine through all that I do, so that those in need may hear and feel you. Amen. Nurses pledge. I solemnly pledge myself to the service of humanity and will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and dignity. This will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all personal matters coming to my knowledge. I will not permit consideration of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I make this promise solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. So help me God.
Thank you. Are they not seeing you?
Thank you.
When you come to St. Joseph, I will sing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. It's unbeatable. Not bad. I'm going to yes. Yes. Yes.
The Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Education, Bachelor of Education, Biblical and Religious Studies, Bachelor of Education, English, English and Chichewa, Geography and Social Studies, History, History and Bible Knowledge, Life Skills and Special Needs, Mathematics and Special Needs.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Education, Bachelor of Education, Biblical and Religious Studies, Bachelor of Education, English, English and Chichewa, Geography and Social Studies, History and Bible Knowledge, Life Skills and Special Needs, Mathematics and Special Needs.
Bachelor of Arts in Education, Biblical and Religious Studies, Grant Mphatso. Bachelor of Arts in Education, English, Efrida Banda, Grace Bello, Mwaiwatu Board, Yamikani Chaonaine, Veronica Chimpempe, Islola Chinkhandwe, Fatani Chipazi, Swizwe Honde, Natasha Hongsing, Betrina Kajapira, Edzai Kamwendo, Pole Kapitapita, Ian Malenga, Alice Marikebu, Chimwemwe Malio, Lenso Mereka, Levi Milanzi, Chanju Nkandawire, Angela Mperea, Tosia Munyenyembe, Rosaline Nova, Mayamiko Piri, Rachel Tulambo, credit. Mbumba Banda in absentia. Yanko Biziere, Debola Chanunga, Queen Chingula, Sidine Chimwanza, Jesse Chisendenji, Tokozani Jamali, Madalitso Jere, Felista Kajepa, Clifton Kajere, Mese Kadangwe, Flora Kapenda, Catherine Manondo, Innocent Masie, Vanessa Matwanje, Subusio Mawindo, Virginia Mbwembwe, Temwa Muhango, Ethel Mitiwe, Treza Mukula, Janefa Mukovole, Maria Mwanduza, Jessica Nankwenya, Eunice Nkulambe, Innocent Nyahoda, Gladys Mpamba, Susan Piri, Florence Sakama, Robbins Shawa, Joseph Wande, Bachelor of Arts in Education, English and Chichewa, Sherifa Bakari, Maria Brown, James Chafika, Macmillian Cheonga, Neri Chitseko, Francis Kakaterwa, Agnes Kapetu, Joyce Kuwede, Monica Lire, Loveness Makuluni, Francis Maocha, Juliet Mapemba, Gloria Masikini, Mese Molen, Ellen Piriminta, Goodson Supedi. Credits: Teresa Basikolo, Moses Chanza, Stan Chikafa, Harrison Chimbungulu, Victoria Chinangwa, Yona Chitete, Alinafe Chombo, McJohn Dulamoyo, Rose Kajota in absentia, Grace Kamanga, Harriet Kawamba, Chisomo Maliro, Bridget Mangumbi, Happiness Maulidi, Arefa Mijoso, John Mikolasi, Linda Piri, Daina Sekea, Linda Singano, marginal distinction: Charles Josiah, Oscar Kazembe,
Thank you.
Bachelor of Education, Geography, Pato Minandi, Florence Singhonde, Credit: Chikoti Chibaka, Agnes Kachali, Lainek Matemba, Judith Mwandama, Bachelor of Education, Geography and Social Studies, Patricia Kasoa, Jonathan Lipikwa, Chisomo Maganga, Grace Mwenegamba, Sylvester Zande, Credit: Philip Chinjati, Francis Gwebe, Moses Makawa. Marginal distinction: Lester Collins Machilika. Bachelor of Arts in Education History, Lavmo Banda. Miracle Chanza. Credit: Ella Bandawe, Daniel Chidika, Alex Chimchenga, Ayanja Maere, Alinafe Malua, Annabel Mbewe, Diana Nandhambwe, Caroline Nkata. Bachelor of Arts in Education, History and Bible Knowledge. Credit: Demesta Chilenje, Chisomo Chigwanda, Joy Kasenda, Maggie Rikukuta, Bachelor of Education, Life Skills and Special Needs, FS Chiona, Victoria Gama, Chikondi Nkuku, Caroline Kumala, Ive Libanga, Lemond Machira, Elizabeth Murera, Henry Ntanda, Austin Tambo, Edith Zuze, Credit: Blenda Banda, Magi Chikuni, Josephina Chiwayo, Limbikani Jeratu, Yohane Arias in absentia, Catherine Capito, Efeo Kawaza, Leni Rigomba, Jane Matandika, Cecilia Mauluka, Salome Mbanga, Anyada Nkaya, Sylvia Mugomba, Benson Mulaleya, Mese Namakwa, Matrida Nkwali, Robert Njembe, Alefa Piri, Jonathan Piasi, Esnat Sande, Fane Singini, Memole Somanje, marginal distinction, Luce Marema, Ronald Watson Maliro, Bachelor of Education Mathematics, Christopher Jackson, Patience Malombe, Innocent Nangwale, Gertrude Ngwila, Nyadilani Tombozi, credit, Charles Nkwinda, Paul Ntope, Steria Victor, Bachelor of Education, Special Needs Education, Chrise Binauli, Tokozani Chikoya, Virginia Chimbalanga, Vitumbiko Chumia, Hope Gamula, Juma Idrisu, Betha Kaula, Mere Kilembe, Lexa Konzani, Martha Kopa, Monica Mabani, Salafina Malua, Philip Mchere, Samuel Munyanyembe, Augustine Msanyama, Mese Mwenempiki, Esther Mwinsinya, Prince Namate, Eunice Nandolo, Tamala Ndovi, Moses Perekamoyo, Tadala Palira, Tiamike Poliani, Grace Simkonda, Ndanda Siu, Esime Tambala, Sidine Mjovu, those on credit, Reni Aufi, Lolin Banda, Veronica Banda, Bahati Banda, Jordan Chafuta, Desire Chiwambo, Innocent Chima, Shadrach Chingaipe, Gift Kosam, Florence Damiano, Miriam Daudi, Tamara Nzama, Angela Kachingwe, Charity Kaponya, Innocent Kutambo, our president from Ireland, Chifundo Mojo, Pempo Mpeperuka, Edith Mwanandi, Aida Mwenyenkulu, Efrida Namoa, Susan Ndrovu, Smith Ndokwe, Molin Piri, Halila Seza, Priska Simkoko, Agnes Wasi, marginal distinction, Moses Ngunda,
the Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Social Science, Anthropology, Community Development, Development Studies, Economics, Monitoring and Evaluation, Political Leadership, and Social Work.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I award these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Social Science, Anthropology, Community Development, Development Studies, Economics, Monitoring and Evaluation, Political Leadership, and Social Work.
Bachelor of Social Science, Anthropology, Nancy Chimbwanya, Vincent Jelly, Mzee Kaduya, Ted Kandoje, Maiwao Lungu, Yafet Matanga. Credit: Charles Changalala, King Kalitela, Edwin Pili. Bachelor of Social Science, Community Development, Mavuto Montari, Zoda Chigwale, Kenneth Chikungwa, William Chingalu, Bernard Chilwa, Laspicious Ndweve, Traceful Fungulani, Tiamika Gawani, Neza Ibrahim, Priscilla Kaboa, Tamandani Kamarenda, Chipo Kandula, Mphatso Kankhulungo, Patricia Kasia, Yamikani Kombe, Given Mandota, Caroline Masanche, Halima Master, Nakali Masumbu, Betha Matewele, Florence Maua, Bridget Msisia, Precious Ntegateka, Kalala Muntali, Kisa Mwalwanda, White Nganga, Gift Nkalo, Bravery Nkoma, Gifundo Nyoni, Van Palika, Upile Salim, Nase Tsinambuto, Chisuma Wana, Cosmas Wayo. Credit: Kondwane Bakali, Chifundo Chipala, Richard Juwao, Chikumbutso Katundu, David Longwe, Leonard Maulidi, Dolin Njiwao, Mphatso Laviwa, Ngaliwe Simango, Sela Simon, Trines Montali in absentia. Marginal distinction: Gladson Kaseko, Development Studies, Rose Alabi, Tandizo Balua, Isabel Bota, Pempo Botman, Jerome Chingaluka, Felista Chaika, Emmanuel Chawanda, Chisomo Chidaola, Josephine Chima, Enwood Chilambo, Alinafe Chisaka, Vincent Chiwanda, Oliver Dunga, Peter Fusani, Kondwani Gama, Theodora Gamlan, Prince Kamba, Alon Kamwaza, Chisomo Kanyenda, Dolof Kanyika, Alefa Kabiseni, Henderson Kulumbasi, Trinity Kumsida, Jane Lipenga, Alinafe Makalani, Catherine Makowa, Kandiu Wila Masango, Chinsisi Matia, Chanda Manyele, Leticia Meleka, Godfrey Mfune, Lucia Mfune, Nathanael Mhango, Efelo Misoya, Hilda Mkandawile, Nase Mkunga, Tiamike Mkwanda, Alex Mpepo, Joseph Msachiwa, Spencer Mundali, Abigail Mvula, Ebi Mwakabanga, Joseph Minganga, Memole Ngoma, Dumisani Mkuna, Jesse Mtanta, Trevor Mtengula, Zondwayo Nyilenda, Catherine Zonda, Kenneth Pagundikana, Chipo Pili, Philomena Pili, Bright Pingani, Evelyn Sitole, Chimwemwe Vavala, Harriet Wiseman, Innocent Yonam, Credit Shepherd Chigoma, Nathan Bota, Pamela Chaganika, Hosana Chavula, Loveness Chikuse, Visia Chilikwako, Elenistina Shimaimba, Madaliso Chochongwe, Queen Dimba, Elias Gustino, Chisomo Jele, Christina Josia, Felita Kainja, Chisomo Kapenda, Evas Kashoti, Florida Katelela, Blandina Nkozi, Mwanjiwa Lipenga, Jonas Malaicha, Madalitso Malamba, Mese Malopa, Leonard Mapila, Harold Maunde, Mimi Manyuni, Esther Meksan, Charity Mgemezulu, Kathe Mshali, Resta Mzunga, Hope Mtika, Abel Munundo, Gracious Namahiwa, Tadala Nambuzi, Temwa Nyilenda, Bonex Pili, Kefas Pili, Gloria Pili, Emon Sinos, Mayamiko Kusakuska, Gracious Tukululu in absentia, Sadiq Misia, marginal distinction, Caroline Chikafutwa, Chimwemwe Saidi. Bachelor of Social Science Economics, Verumbiko Banda, Patrick Boti, Collins Chapotela, Abisai Shigalu, Stephen Chikwakwa, Livingstone Chindevu, Emmanuel Chinkhandwe, Katrina Chisasa, Gabriel Mpesi, Andrew Ganamba, Ruth Hanke, Bright Jumbe, Joanna Jumbe, Yamikane Jumbe, Tiamike Compound, Catherine Kandoji, Amon Kayange, Franco Kison, Patrick Longwe, Kenneth Mandala, Anastasia Mandota, Martha Mabanje, Bile Mawaya, Shailene Mbamoyo, Dave McDonald, Prince Mchenga, Blasio Mkomeni, Praise Mkwangwanya, Bright Mtipende, Brian Mudolo, Melinda Mulela, Austin Mulilenji, Pashan Muli, Yamikani Munta, Faith Mundali, Winston Mwamande, Margaret Namalueso, Elia Namulu, Peter Nanga, Chikumbutso Natebe, Martin Osewa, Chifundo Pili, Benjamin Sambo, Bevin Selemani, Blessings Tonje. Credit Antone Banda, Pemphelo Chimota, Mwendazo Chira, Simeon Joffet, Robert Kasambara, Paul Lomos, Joy Malikwa, Matifa Mulenga, Lolin Zimba. Bachelor of Science, Monitoring and Evaluation, Godfrey Banda, Gerard Chiwona, Chisomo Cholopi, Alex Kagone, Pearson Katandula, Lumbani Kaude, Lonjezo Mwajande, Frank Mamadi, Dave Newa, Innocent Nyimbili, Francis Pili, Lighton Shumba, Francisco Singano, Lapson Tembo. Credit Yamigani Hoja, Anton Kazembe. Bachelor of Social Science, Political Leadership. Tapelo Banda, Tandi Chalunda, Tone Chabambali, Victor Chinangwa, Tapiwa Jele, Po Kambeta, Samson Kamsale, Gracia Kabachika, Masos Kaunda, Kufex Lipande, Vahiwa Maruasa, Babla Matsimbe, Thomas Mponde, Lavmo Ndawala, Kumbuhaji Simwinga, Tamanda Sibili, and Mpatso Sungitsa. Credit: Sibongile Chavula, Mwai Chisi, Lion Moyo, Patience Mulungu Inabijensia, Yamiko Mwale, Gabriel Mzogomela, Felix Nakoma. Bachelor of Social Science, Social Work. Lian Aqualum, Job Allen, Ernest Bandawe, Yamikani Bello, Enifa Betenigo, Chimwemwe Chibwana, David Chidawati, Lotia Chigamula, Godwill Chimbarata, Secret Chinyama, Promise Ganizan, Babla Gana, Chifundo Gonani, Laston Gondwe, Timothy Green, Tadala Hambisa, Kasim Hassan, Owen Jackson, Jade Jalakasi, Robert Jambo, Chimwemwe Kachala, Violet Kachali, Chisomo Kachingwe, Benson Kalambo, Kalen Kalamula, Mwambo Kalebe, Esnala Kalimbagata, Natalia Kalipen, Sala Kalonga, Oble Kamoto, Matthews Kampezeni, Lucius Kanyenda, Deborah Kapantenko, Angel Kasamba, Gideon Kaunda, Tumbiko Kaila, Shamim Kofi, Amaha Hongono, Kirford Kamatso, Chikondi Kungala, Tamandani Kumtenga, Deliwe Mabaso, Felizada McJays, Joseph Mafunga, Yanko Maganga, Maziko Malela, Mese Manjolo, Molini Masinga, Magi Mbaisa, Alex Mbendela, Anganile Muhango, Aileen Million, Martha Mpeleka, Tamanda Msadala, Pempelo Muhondo, Elinase Mvalo, Elizabeth Mafurirwa, Solomon Mwaipola, Gloria Mwamvanda, Alex Nova, Rehema Nyalugwe, Selina Nyundo, Lusayo Pili, Mwai Pili, Lezi Pili, Pauline Sambo, Betha Simbeye, Sulilanji Smwinga, Dingishwayo Wayo, Credit, Lunes Chapata, Aguzike Chipanya, Triza Kwembe, Fortune Jeke, Tapiwa Jele, Suten Kamanga, Jack Kamponi, Angel Kalenzi, Alice Lowe, Charlotte Magulu, Alice Mataka, Memole Molen, Stanley Mpande, Rubina Msosa, Caroline Mtogoma, Matthews Mtonga, Anton Mtakaila, Lesho Nyasulu, Flora Panda, Praise Sinkonde, Benedict Ziaye. Marginal distinction. Faith Nyilenda.
Wow. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Our graduates, can you please pat your fellow graduate next to you on the shoulder twice and say, well done. Waipula. All right. May we get settled? The guest of honor, Mrs. Lusuilo Chakaniza, Your Grace Thomas Luke Msusa, the Pro-Chancellor of the Catholic University of Malawi, and in a special way, may I recognize Mr. Robert White, the CEO for Tiritonse Foundation, and the former Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, Right Honorable Kumbo Kachari, who is here with us. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the very final segment of our ceremony today. And this segment shall start with the commissioning of our dear graduates by the Pro-Chancellor. And after the commissioning, we shall all sing a song of celebration as led by the choir. But before that, just a few announcements. We would like to recognize the partners or the following institutions that have partnered with the Catholic University of Malawi in today's celebration: TNM, Centenary Bank, National Bank of Malawi, Old Mutual, and Smile Life Insurance. We are being informed that the same they're having their exhibitions close to where we have the booths for photographers, and we are encouraged to go and partake and patronize what they are showing to us. May I also make this announcement that the following vehicles should be moved from the cafeteria hall where they have been parked. The vehicle with the registration number BW5996, BX5234, BZ or BZ17285, BZ5412, TO10284, MJ774, and the vehicle registration number SKC. May these vehicles be moved from the cafeteria hall. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now ask all the graduates to rise from within their tents, ready for their commissioning. And may I also invite the Pro-Chancellor to commission our graduates. Thank you very much.
I now would like to commission you to send you to the world. It is with great honor that I now charge you with the responsibility that accompanies the distinct privilege of receiving a degree or a diploma from the Catholic University of Malawi. In Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 to 14, we read, "You are the salt and light of the world." In the name of the Catholic University of Malawi and the Church, I commission you to be the salt and light of the world by word and action. Be seen to have a generosity of spirit and a readiness to place your talents at the disposal of others, especially the most needy. Be committed to the process of deepening of your understanding of who God is and of living out your faith more fully. Be always ready to ask, what more can I do? What more can I give? In every area of life, be proud of having belonged to CUNIMA and show respect for its values. Search for truth and do so with joy. We honor you today as esteemed sons and daughters of the Catholic University of Malawi. CUNIMA sends you forth to represent the worthy ideas of your alma mater and to serve mankind wherever you will be needed. May God, our Heavenly Father, bless you day by day. May Mary, our mother, and the mother of our Lord, pray for you always.
walitaka kutindikale wake hayatiko umukazi walitaka kutindikale wake.
The guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, may I invite Right Reverend Peter Adrian Chifukwa to offer a closing prayer and benediction. Immediately after the prayer, we shall all sing the anthem of the Catholic University of Malawi, led by the choir, after which the Pro-Chancellor shall dissolve the congregation. May we all stand.
Let us pray. O God, our loving Father, we thank you for the gift of education and the opportunity to gather here today. We praise you for the achievements of these graduates and for the growth they have experienced during their time at this university. As they go forth, may they carry with them the values of faith, integrity, and service that are at the heart of our university. May they be instruments of transformation and agents of hope in their communities. May they remain rooted in their faith and committed to serving others. May your angels accompany us as we travel back to our respected places, and may your love surround us always. Grant this through Christ our Lord.
The guest of honor, Mrs. Lesuwiro Chaganiza, Your Grace, Most Reverend Thomas Luke Nsusa, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the very end of our program. Thank you very much for being a part of this auspicious occasion. But before we leave, a few announcements. Certificate distribution points. For the Faculty of Science, Nursing and Law, we are going to go to room 2. Faculty of Sciences, we are going to use Lecture Theatre 1. Faculty of Education, Diplomas, we shall use the Assembly Hall. Faculty of Education, Bachelors, we shall use Lecture Theatre 2. And Faculty of Commerce, we shall all go to Lecture Theatre 3. The second announcement is that we have prepared lunch for our invited guests. So all the invited guests and members of staff are requested to go to the cafeteria where they will be served lunch. For the students that we're serving, they are requested to go to the staff commons room. That's where they will be served. One more thing, a lost item. We have a national ID for Mark Mwanjasi Mwakikunga. Please meet us at the very end. For the order of departure, we are going to have the Chancellor's procession as the first to leave the grounds. This will be followed by the Council procession, and then the staff procession, and finally the invited guests. Let us please follow this order of departure, beginning with the Chancellor's procession, followed by the Council procession, and then staff procession, finally the invited guests. Let us remain standing as we give honor to the processions. Thank you.
The moderator issuing out a speech marking the end of the Catholic University of Malawi 23rd congregation happening here in Chiladzero.
The resolution before leaving. Thank you.
But right before we issue our closing remarks, let's get back to the Chancellor for the dissolution.
Blessings of the Almighty God, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit descend upon you. I now declare the 23rd Congregation of the Catholic University of Malawi dissolved.
Let us now have the nation anthem. Of the Catholic University of Malawi. Now we are going to have the Chancellor's procession leaving the grounds. Thank you very much.
There you have it from the moderator communicating the end of the 23rd congregation of the Catholic University of Malawi happening here in Chiladzuru. Such a very beautiful event. Many thanks for being a part of this. We were live on Times Television. We were also live on our Facebook page, Times 360 Malawi. We are talking about 1,475 students that have graduated today from 7 different faculties. We will have conversations with different people that were here present, including the guest of honor, Professor Patricia Kameri, who is an esteemed legal scholar, academic, as well as a law and policy advisor with a distinguished career spanning over 3 decades. How are you doing, man?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm all right, too. Thank you very much for being a part of this and for granting us an opportunity to have a conversation with you. But just elaborate on the speech that you communicated earlier. What were you trying to drive?
My speech is themed around responsible leadership, leading with integrity and excellence. I was sharing some insights to the graduates now on how to lead responsibly, and also shared my personal experiences where I have lived by the virtues of integrity and excellence. So basically, the stories that have been shared, I believe that the graduates can remember and apply them in their day-to-day lives as they go out to the world.
Talking about living responsibly, how important is it for graduating students, those that have pursued education at a higher standard, to embrace this particular concept as well as contribute positively to socio-economic goals of the nation?
It is important that as leaders, we lead with strong ethics and we take accountability of our actions. So leading responsibly means that these graduates, when they go out, they should look at the challenges that we have in society. They should discuss and collaborate with others and use their knowledge and expertise to solve the challenges of the world. It is incumbent upon them to make sure that they leave the world a sustainable world for the future of the earth, for future generations.
As we are wrapping up this conversation, this is the 23rd congregation of the Catholic University. What do you make of the strides that the institution has made over the years since its inception in the year 2004?
I am so excited, being a Catholic myself. The first Vice Chancellor is a professor whom I honor so much. He is a father to my friend Sarah. To the Piri family, I say they gave us a man who really transformed this university, brought it up from scratch. And going to Father Blair, whom I also know personally, I think he also made sure that he took up from the mantle from Professor Piri and extended the university to be where it is. And then coming to Professor Ngei Ruth, I'm so excited as a fellow woman to see that she has actually taken this mantle. She has left her previous career to join the church, to serve in the church. This is really a message, a strong message that she's sending to many of us as women to help the church, to serve the church and to serve God.
Your special message going out to all graduating students and those that are still considering, pursuing their further studies with Catholic University.
I am so proud of these 1,504 graduates. Education is the key to success, and I know that they'll go out there and do it so proudly. I congratulate them and wish them all the best.
Thank you very much, ma'am. All right, Professor Patricia Kameri Moses striking a conversation with us on how she perceives this graduation ceremony. I might mention that there are a number of students that have actually graduated today. I just wanted to strike a conversation with a few of them. Please introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Noah Miso and I've graduated with my degree in accounting.
So let's start this all over. Okay. Introduce yourself, sir.
Okay, I'm now the graduate named Noah Miso and I've graduated with a degree in accounting.
Amazing. How does it feel that finally it comes to this after pursuing your education for 4 years here at Catholic University?
Okay, this is like a dream come true, knowing that Catholic University of Malawi is one of the prestigious universities, a private institution that offers the best education here in Malawi. So I'm very grateful, I'm very happy. Words can't express how happy I am to graduate today with a degree in accounting.
What are some of the dear memories that you hold close to your heart about this place?
Okay, come again.
What are some of the dear memories that you hold so close to your heart about this place?
Okay, okay, there are a lot of memories that I've got dear in my heart. Mostly the challenges that you could face when doing that, when and learning, because Catholic University, as being the most prestigious school, it's not easy to graduate here at Catholic University, but now I've graduated, it's very memorable itself.
You have been challenged in so many different ways. I remember the Chancellor made mention that you need to stay committed to forming leaders. Rather, the institution is committed to creating leaders that are grounded in faith, knowledge, as well as wisdom. How special does this message speak to you as a graduate?
Okay, this is a very special message to me as a graduate, because now that I've graduated from one of the best private institutions in Malawi, and I've been well trained, I've been well equipped to manage all the leadership in all the leadership positions that I can handle here in Malawi. So it's very great for me.
Well, thank you very much. I'll let you go so that you spend some quality time with your family.
Thank you.
Or the girlfriend is here. Well, there you have it from one of the graduating students here at Catholic University. As communicated earlier, the institution first inception in the year 2004, and this happens to be the 23rd congregation. Over 1,500 students have graduated today from 7 different faculties, within which there are also several programs. One of the persons actually here present is an alumni of the institution who also graduated in the year 2022. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, thanks, and how are you?
I'm alright. Please do introduce yourself.
My name is Knowledge Nkoma.
You graduated from the institution in 2022.
That's right.
What made you come back again this year?
No, this year I just came to attend my friend's graduation. So, I'm very happy to be here as well.
Briefly, let's talk about your life at Catholic University and your life past that era. How has it been and how was it like being here?
No, my life experience here has been so great. It's the Center for Holistic Education. I enjoyed my stay here, I enjoyed my academic lessons. And after graduation, right now I'm in the industry. I'm a legal practitioner, one of the 3 lawyers who have graduated from the Catholic University of Malawi. So I'm very proud, and the experience is so great. And one thing I've come to understand is that the way people perceive the Catholic University, some people have got a negative thought, but at this time, they should really know that this is a center for holistic education, and everything is so great. And I'm calling upon all those who had doubts about coming to this place. They should come. Either they want to do law or any other programs that are offered here at Catholic University. I'm very happy right now.
Was it always your idea from the start for you to pursue law?
Yes, it was.
Okay. It was. You keep on repeating that this happens to be the Center for Quality Holistic Education. The word holistic, how does that word speak to you?
It speaks right deeply into me with the understanding that the institution has got so many programs offered, and at the same time, they not just do the things at narrow level, they go into the deeper. And the understanding that is infused in the students is so just wow. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm very happy that I was at Catholic University here.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm wishing you the very best. I'll let you get back to work, right?
All right, thanks.
What's as go to Yande with you?
Graduation
Listen, I'm big. Good one, though. Tuneo di makolo ndale ndo siyana ndamena pese katele kumalano kuzaperekeza sonditu abale yawo ena amene apanga graduate achimwene ndikuziweni choyambira yadzina
Blazio Njiwa
ndikupempheni Mungu ima apa kuti amalawa azitha kukonani bwinobwino mwati zinalo
Blazio Njiwa
Blazio Njiwa
yes
mwabwerera yani ko
ndabwerera Macmillan Njiwa amene walandira degree yake ya philosophy kuchokera ku akupanga za usembe kuchokera ku Nchinji
Mwaiwala
Iwe yako makalibali ku St. Peters
Mazari disangala bata umwiwalitsa muntu
Umaiwalitsa
Amen
Ukachebe umeje seminar Yeah pano wali ku St. Peters popani
Chibale yake nchodani
Mwana wanga
Kusanduzi
mwana wanga Waitenga nditu degree ya philosophy
Ngoyamba mbanja mukande
Wachiwiri yeye ngoyamba
Ngoyamba mukande
ngoyamba
Abambake so sadare ngaso
Ayamba mbake ndali imi
degree ndio mweyo degree yake ndio mweyo koma chisanga chanu nchodani
ndinokondo kwambiri kuti zoleza chitike woyamba moyo wanga ndinosanga kwambiri ndipo ndikufuna ndauza Malawi kuti tiphunzitse ana ife dzatikanika koma anokhatani aphunzire apite patsogolo kuti nawonso aone kuwala naonse adzaphunzitsana kuti mtundu wa Malawi ukhale wochita bwino ndipo unkhale wochita bwino chifukwa cha maphunziro.
Kuntumiza mwana wanu ku sukulu imene yawo kachenjede muona ngati kwansintha bwanji noti onele kumbali yogwirizana ndi maphunziro komanso muna makakhalidwe lake.
Dzana ali asanabwere kunoko kusiyu kuno anabwera ndabamba ufumu choko chipoka kubwera nyumba kudzansiya amapanga komenti khalidwe lake kuti mwana wanu alili khalidwe bwino tingopemba kuti apitirize kuti cholinga chake chidzakwaniritsidwe. Ndi wokondwa kwambiri ndi khalidwe limene likuchitika mwana ameneyi. Wayamba tikona ngati kuzokhala chigawenga koma panopo ndithu adasinthidwa.
Ndipo adakhala wansembe.
Adzakhala wansembe.
Kuti muzikalapa komana. Natokoza kwambiri baba.
Kwambiri.
Upulani sabe ndakulizo chani mungasangana motana.
Kumene kuti tikapha kalulu. Kalulu ndi nyamasi. Huku
ya ng'ombe iri kutiko masani mulimo wankulu kodi.
Ng'ombe zilipo koma zili mabere ziswe kaye.
Tufuna kaye nkaka. Ya natokoza ndithu kwambiri. Makolo kusangalala kukonda ndithu kwambiri zogwirizana ndi zimene zachitika ndithu malo ano. Ndunena kuti ndi ambiri amenenso apanga graduate achibweni dzina ndani. But anyways, they did come, they saw, they conquered. It was a very long period of time. We're talking about 4 years at Precision and also adhering to aspects of education. Now, the journey has finally come to an end. They graduate with their respective degrees, certificates, as well as diplomas. It was quite epic to have been a part of this 23rd congregation, courtesy of the Catholic University of Malawi. Pameneti kuteropa, mutirole bwanji sona feso tilegezere pomwepa, titokoza nzathu onse amene anagwira ntchito ya pamwamba technical, amene amatitola zithunzi, amene anaonesesa zonera sound ikhale yolongosoka bwinobwino, ndi amene atiyendetsa kufika ndithu malo ano, kuphatikizapo anzathu onse amene tigwira nawo ntchito ku headquarters kwathu ku Blantyre. Ine dzina langa ndi Yankho Seunda. Ngati mufuna sukulu ya ukachenjede yapamwamba mdziko muno imene mufunikira kuti muntumize mwana wanu, sukulu yake ndi imeneyi ya Catholic University. God bless you and have a good day. Goodbye.